Last week, we were talking about a 5.4 pound weight gain, okay, in one day. So that was an interesting scenario for you because you stepped on that scale and you saw after one cheat day, it was one cheat meal, one big Cheesecake Factory cheat meal and a whoopie pie. And suddenly the next day you're 5.4 pounds heavier. Your weight went up to 310. So, and in 1 week, you wanted to lose over 10 pounds because you want to be under 300 pounds. You had said, okay, I want to be under 300. That's the week I want it to happen. That's the number I have set in my head. And I said, it's possible. I said, it's definitely possible for you being strict during that week. You could make it happen. It can happen. So you did everything you could that week. Did a great job. I was there. I watched you as it happened. And now 310, remember. Now this is 310 after that cheat day. You weighed in that morning at 310. 1 week later, I was there when you stepped on that scale and you're hoping for 299.9 or less. and you stepped on that scale and it went from 310 to 301.2. and you were not happy about that. Not happy at all. 301, when you saw the 301.2, because it was not 299.9, you were very disappointed.
It's a big 1.3, man.
It was a heartbreaking to look at that scale and see that you had just lost 8.8 pounds, okay, from 1 week prior. Now, to be fair, that was after your cheat meal. The weight before you cheated that one day was 304.6. So officially, when we removed the cheat meal, because you weighed yourself the day after you cheated, but you also weighed yourself the day before you cheated, you lost 3.4 pounds that week. So you looked at that and you said, man, I didn't get my 299 and I feel bad about that. And I understand you set a goal for yourself, you don't achieve it, and it gets frustrating. So 3.4 pounds though. So I tried to remind you, 3.4 pounds is 15 pounds a month. That's some pretty amazing weight loss. So are we going to focus on the 25% that we didn't get or the 75% that we did get? Because literally 1.3 more pounds and you would have been 299.9, but you lost 3.4. So we focus on the 1.3 we didn't lose or the 3.4 that we did lose. So you calmed down after an hour or so. You were feeling better about it. You looked at that number and you said, okay, I lost 3.4 pounds. So that's good. But I wanted my 299. The important lesson in this is that, so often we set certain goals and expectations for ourselves. And in this case, it was, I'm going to weigh under 300 pounds on this day when I weigh in. And when it didn't happen, we still lost 3.4 pounds, but we didn't get that extra 1.3 to get to 299. So it was either we focused on what we achieved or we focused on what we didn't achieve. And I want to know, since that happened, because you ended up leaving me and had some time to process after that, what's going through your mind now that that's settled in and you had that not 299 number, but still a 3.4 pound weight loss in a week and an 8.8 pound weight loss if you take in that cheat meal. It's an incredible achievement. You're on your way to, you're over halfway to your goal of 53.4 pounds lost. And you want to get to 245. So you're doing fantastic. But how are you feeling about the number in relation to where you want to be and what you've been able to achieve?
I'm feeling good about the number. I'm feeling better about everything after seeing my own reaction and looking at it from the outside, I guess. I mean, looking at myself for the first time, really, and observing my own reaction to that, what would have felt like a setback in the past that would have set me in the wrong direction. I had complete control of myself, and discipline has now been instilled, and like it was a disappointment, and I have to face that. And it just, there's two ways to go: either just go in the tank and screw up more, or just refocus, and crush it, man. And it's just a matter of time. I'm going to be under 300. That one time I'm going to step on that scale soon, and it's going to show no more threes ever in that category. So I'm closer than I've been in 10 years to getting there. And so there's really no reason to sit here and waste time dwelling on that. That's out of, that's history, that's out of control. And what I need to focus on is what I control today.